Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to New Forest Morphs, and today, Jared, we are looking at any more locks from yesterday, and we've had 2 more locks plus a couple of T to T's, tail to tails, and we're here to tell the story and do some more show and tell. We've had some nice comments from various friends, and I think they like the show and tell aspect of the show, Jared. So we'll carry on with that. I won't be showing and telling the snakes rather than my gas boiler, I think, but it's doing well. But Jazz, so you came in and there was a couple of extra locks, and I've got a picture of those locks to share with you. And the good news is that our Het Sunset boy, Solar, he actually he bred with Camrac, was it, Gerald?
Starburst.
Or Starburst. Starburst, sorry. Yeah, let me just see if I can find a picture of the lock. I think you sent me them, Jared. So there's Sunny and Starburst. If you want to zoom into that one, Jared. And you can see that that's exciting because it's the first lock he's ever done, and he's Het for Sunset, but he was also carrying Pastel and Enchi.
And possible Het Clown.
And possible Het for Clown. So if I just zoom into the lock itself so we can see it a lot better, have a look at that, Joe. So that's great news. So it means that we've got a boy ready to go, and he didn't let us down, which is important. So the best we can do there, Jared, is produce triple hets, which will have the Enchi and Pastel and Mojave all going into that. So 3 incomplete dominants and possibly 3 recessives, which will be really powerful. So what we thought, bearing in mind that Sunny was locking, we thought we'd better just check his partner, which is Solar. Now, if I bring her out, Jared, she's an OD Enchi Het Sunset girl, and we brought out the ultra scan as well, didn't we? Let's have a look at her. She's 1515 grams, and she's got some follicle sizes now, Jared. Now, let's see if we can find those follicle sizes. I think we did put them on our chart, but can you remember what size she was, Jared?
Is it 11 mil?
So I think it was 7 mil. So I'll give you a picture of her follicles. So we did that a bit earlier.
Oh yeah, they were spread out a bit, weren't they?
They're really spread out. So Jared was quite surprised how spread out they were.
She's an OD Enchi.
So I think what we're going to do is, even at 7 mil, Jared, I think there's a good chance that we should maybe use these to produce a visual sunset. Now, if they do go and she's big enough, what can we produce, Jared? What would be the ultimate target on that one?
You'd hit Orange Dream, Pastel, Super Enchi Sunsets that are Het for Clown.
Yeah.
Would be the ultimate.
Solid she is. She's very chunky, she's eating well. And you can just see how beautiful she is. Very muscular, very strong. So she may produce our first multi-combo sunsets for us. And if she does, we'll be absolutely delighted. You can see the impact of the sunset on her as well, Jared. Quite bright at the bottom. Can you see the oranges?
From the OD.
Yeah. So you've got the OD in there. She's very muscular, very strong. And we'll just let her settle down. So that's going to be a really exciting project, Jared. And I think we'll keep building her up, and we will get her up to a couple of kilos. That's what we'd like to do. So pleased for those pairings. Now, moving back, there was another pairing that occurred, Jared, which was tail to tail yesterday, and I believe it was it Bowser?
Colt.
Or was it Colt? Let me just check.
Bowser.
No, it was Chuckles. Chuckles and Binky J.
Binky Jester.
Binky Gesture. So there's the lock there, Jared. Now that's lovely because Chuckles is a brand new boy. He's only a year old or so, and he's carrying the Het Ultramel, and he's going to a double Het Ultramel Clown, and he's a visual clown.
As well, isn't it?
No, that's another one, Jared.
That's Koji.
Yeah. So let me just show you the lock. If I zoom in and show you the lock, Jared. See it better now. So that takes us up to 6 visual locks out of 10, and there's probably another 2 or 3 that are tail to tail, and there's one which is the Dinker project that didn't really show an interest, which is not surprising because the girls' follicles are quite small. Yeah. So that isn't a surprise. So the other one we had was, I wanted to show you this one because this one was Bingo, which is the leopard banana clown pied boy. You can see he went to Karamak. Look how she shed out in the middle of breeding, by the way, Jared, or just before they bred. Again, I didn't realise that she was in shed. But she's shed out. Got very messy, but you can see they're tail to tail there. Now if I zoom in for you, maybe we can see the...
Not quite tail to tail.
Not quite tail to tail.
Just next to each other.
Yeah, they're showing promising signs, and hopefully he will get the hang of it. And then the other thing I was going to show you, Jared, is you found this beautiful animal, an OD DG pied. That's what we want to go for. And again, I can blow it up if you like, so you can see it better. Coming close to it, Jared. Now, this is something we want to produce. Now, how are we going to produce that, Jared? Well, as we were doing the follicle tests, we found one of our girls that is building quite nicely, which we bred a couple of years ago, about 3 years old, is a girl called Hela, or Hela. And she is doing really well. She's getting up to size. I think we weighed her, Jared. Was she
15.
15. So this is a pastel orange dream het pied girl, and the reason why we believe she's het pied is if you look at her tracks, there's some very powerful tracks on her.
Wasn't her dad pied as well?
I think the mum was a het pied, but so she's 50%. We should have a shed test really, but look at the oranges in there. So this is our entry into the orange. We can get the orange dream into the DG pied project, Jared. So I think we'll just keep building her up. And her follicles were, was it 7 mil?
I don't remember.
I think we'll have a look and see, but I think that could be a good way of getting the orange dream into the DG pied project. In fact, we've got over here a full list of all the follicles, Jared. If you want to come down and have a look. And she's actually, no, she's 5 mil, so she's still got a ways to go. And we've added some more follicle size at the bottom. So if we look at, I think it was Stormy, who's got 10mm follicles. She is the Purple Passion Het Ultramel girl, and she's up to size as well, but she's carrying 10 mil, and you can see she's up there, Jack. So we did look at the possibility of putting the Mojave Ultramel boy to her to produce some cherry bombs, and that might be something we might consider. Or the other option we've got is to sell her as a breeder girl, ready to go, 10 mil. That might be another option, Jared, that we may decide to sell her to one of our friendly families coming up and maybe do a good price for them. But the fact that she's got 10 mil could be a good option there, Jared. So that's good. And now if you come down this side, we also had some more girls that were building follicles. And I think the one I was going to say was Pringle. Now this is a calico girl. So if we look at her, she's got quite good sized follicles, Jared, 11 mil follicles. And we were thinking about putting Apollo to her, which is the banana orange dream pastel boy, to get that into that genetic. We've been trying for the last 2 years and she's yet to produce one for us, and we think this could be the season to do it. And let's have a look at Apollo. He's one of our favourite snakes. He's shed out recently, Jared, so he's looking very, very pretty. See how beautiful he is. So there is your pastel orange dream banana boy, and I think we would like to get him into Pringle to produce the calico version of that. And I think orange dream, pastel and calico go really well together, along with Enchi as well, Jared. Putting Enchi in there as well would be really, really good. So there's that one there. Now why don't we have a look and see if there's any more locks. So Shadow, and she's finished locking, hasn't she? So what we'll do is we'll actually put them back, because we are going to be feeding later today. We won't be feeding these, but we'll be feeding the hatchlings and some of our grown girls. So he's a little bit nervous, this guy, but let's just get him back. So I think that would be, where are we? We're down here. Goes in you go, buddy. Well done, you've done a very good job. First time he's locked. Let's probably smelling the rats and going crazy about them. Come on, buddy, in you go. Right, so we'll take those yellow tags off.
We've got to put her hide back in as well.
And then we'll put her hide back in. I think this is her hide, Jared. So, the grey matters are on their way. Now let's check out these two here. Karamak went to Bingo, which is the hide boy. And they're tail to tail, Jared. Can you see that? I think we should leave them to carry on. When they're in that state, I think it's worth leaving them because that's quite encouraging to see that. And then Thor is the next one we were going to have a look at. But we've got Iffy here first, so let's have a look at Iffy. This is the Dinka project, which isn't going anywhere. So we'll just separate those. If you want to put the hide back in, Jared, I'll put Peter back. Okay. Right, let's look at Isa and Thor. So they're still locked. They've done the business. So that's when they separate like that and they've locked, then we know that they've finished their breeding and it's the appropriate time to separate. So you can see that not everything's being separated. If we think there's still potential for a lock, we give them a bit more of a chance. But Thor has been a real stud boy. Well done, Thor. I think he's proved to be a very, very good breeder this year, Jared. He looks lovely out of shed as well, doesn't he? So that's that one. So the next one, Jared, would be Starburst. Are they still locked? Let's see. Oh yes, there's a lot of activity going on there. I think we leave that. Yeah. Boy on the girl, you don't disturb. You let them carry on. So this is probably a good little video, Jared, to show new breeders what to do when you come close to the end of it. You may want to have a 2-day window, they may want a bit longer, and you don't separate. So we leave them as they are. The next one we've got is let's have a little look. Hercules. Now Hercules, he locked, didn't he, in the end with Tess. So this is the other one that I didn't share with you. And their tails are pretty much separated now. I think there's been a sustained lock there.
Yeah, they're done.
So that's the Batman project. So what I'm going to do, she's on top of him as well, which means she's had enough and she's bowl wrapping. That tells its own story, Jan. She wants to build those follicles. She's taken the sperm that she needs, and Hercules has done his job. So that's my interpretation of that bird. So we'll put this fella back. Well done, Hercules. You've been a star, and he seems happy. He's been happy to do a good job. We can smell the food. Right. So the next one, Jared, is going to be the DG Pie. Are they showing any signs now? No. She's on top of him.
He looks like he's in shed.
Is he moving into shed? So
he's looking a bit blue.
Let's have a little look. I mean, he does. The DG does look blue, but he might be going into shed. But I think let's have a look at him. I think he might be going into shed. So I didn't realise that.
That might explain why he didn't lock.
Yeah, and also the fact that the body language was that she was on top of him said that she wasn't quite ready anyway. So they came close to locking, I think, though, Jared, because we did have a tail to tail. Yeah. He did try. So what I'm going to do is give him some extra water, and you've ordered some adult cocoa husk, Jared. That's coming next week.
Yeah, ordered some more viper bedding.
Viper bedding.
It's called breeder block, I think.
Breeder block. And so what we've gone for is, I think it's £18 a block. Gone for 5 blocks, £90 plus delivery was £6. And you've done well to find that, because there's not that many people out there that are selling it. So we're going to actually experiment by putting all the cocoa bedding onto the adults. And Jared's having such a wonderful time with the hatchlings that it's time for me to have a wonderful time with the adults, because I tend to look after the adults. And I think that will reduce the amount of cleaning time. We can do more spot cleaning. So we'll let you know how that goes. Are there any others that we want to separate? Mango. She's locked. With these guys, they're happy. Colt, so we can put her hide back. Colt's done his job. And clever boy. Well done. And we'll put him back as well, Janet.
I can smell them. Cool.
Can you smell them? Can you smell?
Strong.
Yeah. So he's done a great job there. So well done, Cole. So looking to get those triple hats. And then the last one, Jared, were they still...
Bubbles.
Was it Bubbles? Are they... They're still close, aren't they? Or not? Did we have a quick
Did we look at them?
I can't remember if we did not.
No, they're
They're
done.
separated. Were they locked, Jared?
I don't remember.
I think what we can do is we can check our chart. We've got a locking chart. So Bowser's junior school boy. Why don't we just check our locking chart? It may be that we can see a visual, but they were tail to tail. So Bowser, yeah, Bowser and Bubbles were tail to tail, Jared. So they may have locked in the night. And
But no
top.
visual.
Yeah. So I think 6 out of 10 is pretty good for our first one.
Are they still together?
And those two I think are still together, Jared. Just check. Yeah, they're still locked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we won't disturb them. We'll let them do what they're doing. That's really exciting, Jared. Sunny, we can take his off.
No, he's in with Starburst still.
Is he still breeding?
Yeah.
Right, okay, fine.
So just those two pairs that are still breeding.
Just those two pairs. So, Jared's got some baby Morphs out for the hatchlings. And we've also got some adult ones out. So the strategy we're adopting is that the girls that we want to bring up, we're feeding small prey items every week, taking a leaf out of Simon's book, who managed to get his girl up to size within 2 years. Some of our girls are actually only 3 years old, but we're thinking maybe going for a smaller multi of 60 grams, going up each week to see whether that helps stimulate the growth. And Jared, let's go and have a look and see what you've done on the setup of the cocoa husk. So you've moved all of the grow-ons onto cocoa, and it smells lovely, to be honest with you. Doesn't it smell lovely?
Much nicer.
And don't they look nicer on cocoa? So you can just see how they're settling in. How was the clean since you put them on this bedding, Jared?
Fine.
Did it save you about half the time?
Yeah, it's a lot quicker because you're not changing their full setup every time.
We'll just flick through a few so you can see how they're all bedding in nicely. And how they're shedding, Jared.
Perfectly.
You've had a couple of nice sheds coming out. I think there was one that you were excited about, which we'll have to show.
Yeah, this one here. Super pastel clown, possible gravel.
Yeah.
Might even have lesser in as well.
Yeah. It is beautiful, Jared.
Yeah, and there's the shed. Perfect shed.
Let that dry out. I mean, with this shedding, the cocoa does get on the shed. Jared very carefully is drying them out, and then we'll just take the cocoa off.
Yeah, it should just
So
drop off.
it goes in cleaner. And how's everything else doing on here, Jared?
Everything's doing really well, yeah. I haven't put Shura in it 'cause she's a bit big.
Okay. Right.
Because this is a hatchling bedding, it can get compacted if you
Oh, I
if the
see.
snake's too big.
So, okay, I've got you. These two girls are almost ready to go up to the adult rubs, actually, Jared.
Yeah.
So perhaps we'll put the cocoa husk on the adult rubs, move them up. But everything looks good. How's the bamboo, the Harvey bamboo Ultramel boy doing? Is he enjoying himself?
Yeah.
It smells lovely, Jared. Really does. So that's great. And let's have a look and see if there's any others toothless. Let's have a look at toothless. Is he enjoying himself? He's bedded in. So they're enjoying it, Jared. So I think it's a good move now to go onto the cocoa husk. We're certainly being converted to it. We've got another gravel. That looks beautiful, Jared.
Yeah, that was definitely a gravel.
So that's a pastel lesser gravel clown boy,
Female, that one.
and that's a female.
Yeah, there's two females.
And we've got two girls, so that'll be lovely. She looks lovely. Going to share that one?
I'm not sure.
No. Okay.
The gravel gives it more of like a dirty look.
And let's have a look on this side. See how your spot nose clowns are looking in here. They're loving it, aren't they? Loving it.
They're getting massive, aren't they?
They're getting big. So it is feeding day for them today. And there's your other spot nose, and they're enjoying the cocoa husk. I think they're all enjoying it, Jared.
Yeah, they move it about and they build their little homes.
Let's have a look at these two. You've got.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite.
He's
girls.
beautiful. She's
Boys.
lovely.
Girls, yeah.
Doing well, and this one looks beautiful as well. They look better on cocoa, I think, as well, Jared.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the pies. Pastel Cine Yellow Belly Het Lavender pies. See how they're enjoying it.
They're really pop on here.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The white's always stand there.
yeah. And that's all good. So I think everything is coming together. So Jared will be looking after the facility next week. Mandy and I are going to be away. So I think getting everything on bedding will make Jared's job a lot easier. And obviously if you do need some help, Emily might be able to come in and give you a hand.
I'll be alright.
So, but yeah, it's all good. We're looking forward to having a little break. We've had 18 months of stress with the build, and I think Matt and I just are looking forward to getting away and having a break. So that's really good. And thank you for all the comments that are coming. We've had some nice remarks. There's one of our viewers has said that his daughter was studying in Florida, Jared, and had to move her out and evacuate in towards Atlanta, and we're glad that she's safely there. And anyone else that's had to go through the evacuation, it has been incredibly powerful, the storm. Today we'll probably see the impact it's had on the environment, and hopefully the things can settle down and people can get back into their homes, and hopefully there's a good compensation package coming from the US government to help those families that may be struggling to rebuild their homes as a result. But hopefully that will be a good package for those American families that have been affected by this. So I don't think there's anything else you want to share, Jared. Can you think of anything yourself?
Nope.
No? So I think everyone have a nice long weekend. See, Jared will be in the facility next week. There may not be a lot of content going on. I'll leave it up to Jared to decide whether he wants to send any content or not. It may be that we have a little bit of a break from the YouTube channel, and we'll catch up.
I'll do updates on Instagram.
Jared will give you updates on Instagram. You know, we've got a few families coming in the Halloween period, and so that's something to look forward to. And you've ordered the new Viv for Harry's family, so that's supposed to be coming over the next few days. So we'll once everything's together, we'll do a video on how to build a Viv and get the beautiful snake transferred beautifully across into that setup. So I think that's about all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you on my return. Bye bye for now.